sure all my fellow lifters watching can relate when I say getting a package from Slingshot, one of the most exciting things in the world. I mean, that's like a snowboarder getting a package from Burton, or a car audio guy getting a package from Rockford Fosgate. So Slingshot just sent me these brand new Gangsta sleeves, which I'm really excited about and kind of like freaked out about because these are not IPF approved. The X sleeves are IPF approved, and I told you those X sleeves blew me away. They felt like knee wraps. A lot of you tried them and you realize I wasn't kidding. These are apparently even thicker. These are not IPF approved, but if you don't compete in the IPF, or if you're just if you're in your off season right now and are just going really heavy, these are supposedly beast-like, and I can't wait to try them out. Also got the new Power Bear shirt. Ooh, that is soft. I love it. So, you know the deal. MarkBellSlingshot.com. Link is in the info box below. Discount code is Nick10. I'm so proud to have that now after I've been using Slingshot for so long. Even got some wrist straps because they know I'm going to have to be building that back up for the stage. Using this hip circle to warm up, leading up to my working sets, because it forces you to open your knees up. You have to push your knees outward against the hip circle to keep them from closing in. And that's really important for the squat, because when you're grinding out a heavy squat, you don't want to let those knees buckle. So this is awesome in this new wide stance of mine, because that's just a cue I don't have down as a habit yet, since I've always done narrow stance squatting. In and out of the gym in 40 minutes, and time to go get Aiden. I kept the weight a little bit lighter this week just because I'm still recovering from that heavy ass deficit deadlift PR I did yesterday. Recovery is key, but it felt pretty damn good for being rushed.
It's crazy, man. If I tell you, man.
This kid comes in for a haircut once every 6 months.
Exactly.
And then he still doesn't want it short. Take it all off.
Magic trick, dude.
Make it like Jake's haircut.
Magic trick coming soon.
So for this side, do I get it skinned or I get a 1?
No, we don't go skin. You look like your brother if we skinned it out.
Aiden doesn't want to look like
You got that high and tight.
A little life update is he's 13 and he's officially taller than me
Aiden,
now.
you can't do longer.
I don't want.
I would go shorter.
Just a little shorter on the side.
No, I'll just do the usual.
He's also at that age now where he wants it long and the whole family wants it short. It's a battle. How tall are you now? 6 feet?
5'8" or 5'9".
7 feet.
Look at that freshness. Aiden also doesn't like gel, so this will be the only time it has gel in it. But that's clean, dog. That's clean.
Yeah.
This is at Del Vecchio's in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. That's the owner right there, Fitness Fanatic. 3:30, back home. Ariana's making us lunch. First real meal of the day. Can't wait. Back in the gym again, like I told you. Getting my guy back into the swing of things, having him work heavily on mobility. He was an athlete all throughout his high school years, and because of that, he's destroyed like his hip, leg, knees, everything. So mobility's key, but he's picking it up nice and fast. That's the other benefit of being an athlete. Pros and cons of being an athlete. You end up damaged by the time you're 20, but you can pick things up really quick.
And then you try to be an athlete in your older years and tear an ACL. It doesn't work anymore.
So I'm bringing him through the bread and butter movements, and I'll probably dive into like shoulders and arm stuff with him because I don't even lift. Gym session number 2 is over with. It's about 6 at night now. Time to head back home. Nick is like my brother. I don't do personal training. I don't enjoy training people, but I'm happy to help him get back into it. And in return, he always hooks me up with car work whenever my car is on the fritz because he's an amazing tech, just like a whiz kid with vehicles. So I mean, that's like beautiful synergy right there. Closest brothers, I help him get his gains back. He helps make sure I get to the gym via vehicle when it stops working. Good night. So we have both been working hard on our computers all night. I've actually been multitasking between computer work, and then like household work, and now it's finally nighttime. And Ariana, for an undisclosed reason until further notice, had to open a bottle of wine for a photo op, and we ended up having some wine, and now we want wine.
I knew that I was going to go down the rabbit hole as soon as I opened it, but I was like, I needed the picture, so.
And work is done, so it is time to go get wine and food. These are blue light glasses, by the way.
Yes.
To protect the eyeballs.
They're really, really helpful for not keeping you wired when you use computer or phone screens.
Blue light glasses.
Yeah.
Really, really helpful for not keeping you out when you compete your phones.
Yeah.
May cause digestion, indigestion, blah, 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 blah.
That side effects not noted. Goodbye.
First stop is Dave's. Sirloin steak tips. I know that's a win. The problem is, I've cooked steak forever, I'm good at it, but I still don't even know the cuts. I forget them all the time. But this place is right next door to my house. So for wine, we're strictly red wine people, but Ariana got on a white wine craving kick the other day. And she doesn't even like white wine, but she had this hunch that if we get really dry white wine, it'll be really good. So she went and spent a lot of time researching. It was not this stuff. It was this stuff right here. And it's really good, I gotta say. I usually hate white wine. White wine tastes like shitty juice with urine. But this stuff's really good though.
Tried white wine in the past. It probably wasn't good quality.
We hate it.
We hated
But
it.
this is actually really good, so we're rolling with this. This store is also right next door to my house.
Convenient living.
Lightly chilled.
Is that it?
That's it. Graceful pour. Quick little update on the date night, man, because I didn't bring my camera because I wasn't planning on filming. But we got this whole restaurant to ourselves. Raza. This is on my iPhone. I can't even grip my iPhone. I'm so not used to holding an iPhone. Look at this.
That's a smaller one too.
Look at this location. Everything,
Isn't it nice?
everything about me small.
No, it's not.
But yeah, this is beautiful. Starting early. All right, here we are at Brown University, smack dab in Providence, Rhode Island. The title's not clickbait. First day at college, it's very accurate. It's my first day in a college. If you took anything from that title that wasn't there, that's called inference and it's your fault. Anyway, Eli hit me up on Instagram. He's from, where are you guys from originally? Nashville and Arizona. And they're going to school here at Brown. Eli works here at Brown as well part-time.
Yeah.
And he invited me to come throw some weight around at the Brown University gym.
My name's Eli. I'm a senior here studying econ. Like Nick said, I'm a trainer here now. And I've been lifting for like 2.5 years. One of the very first, I guess, like influencers I saw was actually Nick. My brother introduced me to him. Started watching his videos, saw him on Instagram, and figured out he's in Rhode Island. You know, might as well ask him if you want to come lift. And you know, Nick was nice enough to come out here and had a really good session today.
Yeah, it feels like knee breaks. They're good. They come out, I think, in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Really, really good. I'm trying to get my squat back. I'm doing that new wide stance now.
Yeah.
But I think once I get it down, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah. You're doing that deadlift meet now, huh?
Yeah, I just signed up for it.
Cameron, I'm a first year medical student here at Brown. It's my OG lifting partner, Eli. Invited Nick Wright out to lift with us. Nick Wright's just been awesome inspiration. It was awesome just learning some new technique and stuff from him. Just really appreciative for him making the ride.
If this is higher, I can still just make it work barely. It would be all right until like 500 pounds. And once I get to like 500 pounds, I start flexing and then like I'd go to back up and hit the pad.
Oh, that's good. Like a week better.
So I'll look at your form, but flats could, if your back flares up during squats and you're squatting flat, it's indicative of like mobility issue. It's a lot of times hips, but more often than not, it's dorsiflexion. Right, that's pretty cool. This actually is giving me flashbacks to when I met Max Tuning, because it was at a college gym at VCU. He literally, I moved to Virginia, he texted me, he's like, same exact way he did. He messaged me on Twitter, he's like, hey, you want to come train with me? Train at VCU gym, so he invited me and I came. And it was crazy because we're like the same age as you guys. You said 21 and 22? 22. Yeah, I flipped it. I was 21, he was 23.
Yeah.
What's that? We're in the same class. Okay, cool. Awesome, man. Good to meet you.
Yeah, really.
Had an awesome day coming to Brown University to throw some weight around. I worked up to 500 pounds for a couple of reps, and this is actually my first time touching 500 pounds in this new wider stance squat that I've been working on. I've taken my time to build it up from the ground for the last few months, so that's exciting. It's also my first time repping out 500 pounds as a 183er again. I'm actually 183 on the dot in body weight right now, so that's pretty cool too.
Definitely think that'd be the biggest. There's a few really strong like former football guys rated. But I don't know if they've ever hit 500 here. I've seen like a few guys working with like 4 plates, 4 1/4 gym record. But need a board on the
Pressure's on.
Yeah, no worries.
No, big breather, breathing between each rep.
Really?
It's huge. I know what you're thinking too, because I've done that in the past.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it feels really, you get into this flow and it feels really better
Yeah.
in racing. Just hold it for a couple of reps. It feels a little better that way. But Brett Gibbs even corrected me on
Yeah,
it.
really.
Once you can get used to the feeling of racing between each rep,
Yeah.
it feels a little more exhausting at first. But
Yeah.
once you can get used to that, you'll see that each rep is a lot cleaner.
I believe that.
And you get a lot more power out of it.
All right, I'll give that a shot.
In your defense, it is hard to race hard between doing high reps. So those reps are nice and stable for shoes. I think what would be the sweet spot for you is like these style shoes. These are 1/2 inch as opposed to those are like 3 3/4 inches. Those are good for like really close high bar ollie stance style. But for you, because you look really good with a flat foot, I think these would be like the perfect happy medium.
This guy literally like
You know what my phone is?
double.
I was a little high, but I was really kind of fucking scared because I've never done this much weight with this new stance, so. I don't use music much, but whenever I squat and I do use music, my PR song always, my heavy set, Juicy J, Smoke a Person.
Yes.
Good song.
Really good song.
Come on. Good. Awesome, man. Do you always do that 1 foot lock?
Yeah.
I used to do that, and like I know it's fun and it feels good, but you might want to get in the habit of doing 2 together, just because there'll be so much more stability. But a lot of people naturally when they start squatting, they want to go from 0 to 100 really quick. So let's say loose, like loose as hell, and then just 1, 2, 3, pop all the way up. And some of it's like an adrenaline thing. It feels good to like fire yourself up like that.
Yeah.
But you ideally want to be pushing all your weight, be locked in, back tight. Start pushing against that bar from the very start. Notice when I have just the bar on or 135 on, as I'm getting under it like this, it's already starting to lift off the pegs. You want to load that bar. You don't want to go 0 to 100. Start loading that bar with some tension. You get both feet underneath it, and you literally just drive the hips forward. Not deadlifting it up, just pumping the hips forward and let that unrack you. And you're going to be nice and tight that way. And not exerting as much energy. Then just 1 step, 2 steps back. If you need to do 3, you can do 3. But you want to be as stable from the second you're under that bar as you are in the middle of your heaviest rep. Easy, good. That's moving. Come on. There you go. First rep. Your first rep, let's go.
This is lightweight. What's your max?
550. I want to get 585 this year.
So a very successful visit to Brown. A huge thank you and shout out to my homies for inviting me. You guys are awesome. Definitely look forward to jumping back in that Brown U gym the next day I go to college again.